What is going on, guys? It's me, Matt, here with Steven, my co-host, and this is the Casual Smarts podcast after NXT TAKEOVER Dallas. Holy crap, what a show.
I agree. Match of the night was Shinsuke Nakamura for Sami Zayn.
We're definitely starting off with that, let me tell you. I have nothing prepared for this, guys. There's no notes. There's no nothing. This is off the cuff. Can I just say how amazing that Shinsuke, I keep saying Shinsuke Nakamura match was versus Sami Zayn. That guy has it all. He has the charisma. He has the in-ring talent. He has just the aura that surrounds him it just draws you in. And Sami Zayn played a perfect counterpart to Nakamura in this match. Hard hitting, compelling action. We all knew that Nakamura was going to win, but guess what? It didn't matter. It didn't matter because you're unmuted, dude. You're muted.
At one point, I didn't think
live television.
At one point, I didn't think he was gonna win after that Blue Thunder Bomb. That's how good this match was. It made me forget that Shinsuke was supposed to win, because once Sami Zayn hit a Blue Thunder Bomb, the closest kick out of all time, I thought Sami Zayn might have won. But
oh yeah, definitely. Compelling television. And I mean, honestly, I tweeted during this. I was live tweeting the whole event, by the way, guys. Go ahead. Don't look at that handle. Steven, talk real quick. Point to it.
Yeah. I'm looking.
No, point to yours. Point to yours, because that's our page.
Yeah. Casual Marks. We were live tweeting NXT TakeOver Dallas.
Yeah, and I tweeted during this match. Well, actually, what did you say? Dude, the match is so awesome. My thoughts are scrambling all over the place.
I thought that the match was gonna have Sami Zayn going over after that Blue Thunder Bomb, but
oh yeah,
Nakamura kicked that.
It just didn't matter. It didn't matter because these guys were both so good. And actually, I remember what I was gonna say now. I hope Vince McMahon was watching that match, because since Shinsuke Nakamura,
Stephanie was.
She was for sure, and obviously Triple H. Triple H is the one who signed him. But I'm saying if Vince was watching that, he would see. There's no doubt about it. Shinsuke Nakamura, he could be millions of dollars for the WWE. That guy can draw. That guy, I have nothing but good things to say about him. I give that match a 6 stars. 6 stars.
Yeah, dude,
out of 5. That's how good that was. And it was a
5-star match nowadays. That's a 5-star match.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I said, I was saying during the show in our little viewing group that basically I've seen 2 matches that I would consider 5-star matches this year. That was one. Well, actually, 3. And Shinsuke Nakamura was in 2 out of 3.
A match I really liked this year was Emma ASUKA at the last TakeOver.
That was last year, though. I'm talking for 2016.
Oh, dude, takeovers are so spread out now.
I know, right? It's been like 4 months since the last takeover. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a lot of news coming out of tonight. I mean, we were just talking about the Shinsuke Nakamura match. We'll get back to Shinsuke Nakamura in a little bit, what we see for him in the future. But I do want to ask you, are we going to see Bayley and Samoa Joe on Raw on Monday?
I think we'll definitely see maybe Samoa. Maybe if they do the women's championship thing on Monday, and whoever reveals that, maybe Bayley comes out during that. But they're definitely coming.
I think without a doubt, Bayley's debuting on Monday. Without a doubt. And she should. Like I said, we were talking about this on the Predictions podcast that not many of you guys watch. No, I'm just kidding. If you guys want to check that out, it's one of our other videos. Give us a like just to help us out. But I know that's kind of passing.
Ruin our viewer retention. It's good. Just give us a view. Drop us a like.
Yeah, you're good, man. You're good. You can just give us love on here if you want. Ask us questions. Are you following the live stream on your phone, Steve? Because my phone ran out of battery. I can't follow.
I'm tweeting out right now, so continue to talk.
Oh, cool. And I just make sure you're monitoring the chat because I want to answer people's questions. But yeah, no, Bayley's done it all in NXT, and she's faced the best. Some people were mad about the way this match finished. Actually, Steven being one of them, at least at first. I don't know if he's changed his mind, but it doesn't matter if he's changed his mind.
I just wanted Bayley to win, to be honest.
Well, I know a lot of people want to see Bayley win, but you got to look at the silver lining. It's like she had to lose the title at some point. I mean, unless they did a whole page thing with her, but they've already done that.
They used to always do like the 1, 2, 3, like with the arms, like when they were put to sleep. They don't do that at all anymore. I mean, I don't know if they ever did it with like women's wrestlers anyway. But They just kind of end the match.
I liked that for the time it was in. Now I look at like that whole, and I get what you're saying, the whole 1, 2, and then like that whole thing. They haven't been doing it for like the last 3 or 4 years, and I think it's almost more realistic that they don't, because the whole catching your arm on 3 and going like that whole hulking up thing, because that's pretty much what it's the equivalent to is hulking up, when Hulk gets getting punched in the face and he's just getting stronger. It's cartoonish, you know what I mean? And I think NXT, especially when you watch their matches, you get more of this real fight, big fight feel. It was definitely there for Nakamura and Sami Zayn. I mean, I was watching this, I'm like, wow, these are like, you got the face of NXT versus pretty much the face, or one of, if not, the biggest star in Japan, New Japan Pro Wrestling, clashing head to head. It was something about NXT, man. That Joe BALOR match, too. I mean, God, every match on this card, for the most part, delivered. I didn't see Samson versus Cruz, because they apparently did that.
Yeah, I think that's airing next week. It's something like that.
I thought they announced it for TakeOver. That's what doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I know. It was the dark match. I saw something on Twitter that's going to air next week or something.
Yeah. So are we going to give that away, or just maybe if it's on? Oh, we won't give it away. If you guys want to see it, it's everywhere. I mean, you could probably.
But it was advertised. Why can't we just see one?
Huh?
Spoiler.
Okay, screw it. Spoiler alert. Pause for the next 5 seconds. I'll count down while I'm talking. If you don't want to hear who won that match, but basically, Cruz won like we thought.
Yeah.
They could totally read my lips. I don't know why I did that.
I mean, who's really watching the video anyway?
Don't bury us on our own podcast.
No, I mean,
man. That's true. I want to start uploading
to
these
podcasts.
podcasts
I don't really watch their faces.
Like, I want to start in our description link to SoundCloud, so that way if people want to download it or listen to it, like in the car or something, and without having to get YouTube Red, which is a ripoff, by the way. I don't care if we're on YouTube. That is a ripoff. Don't get YouTube Red. But yeah, I mean, I think I want to put these on SoundCloud, because that's how I would listen to it. I'd have it on iTunes, but I don't know if they'd take us yet.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
I think you have to have like a proven subscriber base, or like you have to be a company or something.
So drop us a subscription to @CasualSmarks.
Yeah, if you like what we're doing, definitely do that. And like, subscribe. You follow us on Twitter @CasualSmarks. But we already kind of went through our promotion, and now let's
get into the show.
Let's get into the show. Do you want to start off with the first match? Go ahead.
Yeah, there was the tag team championship match. Had to get the crowd hot at the very beginning of the show. American Alpha versus the Revival. A lot of great heel tactics in this match by the Revival. You had one of them go under the ring and then come out the other side and then hit
that was so cool.
What's his face? What's his name? Jason Jordan on the ring.
Pretty big botch in this match.
Pretty big botch. I don't know what they were thinking.
It was kind of a weird move. They were kind of setting up for some weird like sunset flip power, but I don't know where they're going with that. But the crowd played
some
off
Botchamania chants,
Botchamania and stuff. Yeah. But no, the match. I mean, besides the obvious botch, the match was excellent. Crowd was really into Gable and Jordan, like was to be expected. Really into them. I thought actually they'd be a little bit more into them than they were, but they still. I mean, you still got your really loud Gable and Jordan chants, which were pretty cool for them. And you could tell they were when they won the titles, when they hit their finisher for the 1, 2, 3. You could see how emotional they were. And that was pretty cool.
They were both crying. They're both crying. So American Alpha is your new NXT Tag Team Champions.
Well deserved. And I feel like we'll still see this Revival American Alpha feud carry on for a little bit.
This probably was the most predictable match on the card, maybe besides the Shinsuke.
Yeah, I agree. Because, I mean, besides the Revival.
I said Shinsuke. My bad.
No, you're good. Besides the Revival, I mean, you don't really have a lot of tag teams that either haven't already been in the title scene or, just aren't really quite at that level yet. Like Blake and Murphy and Vaudevillains are both great tag teams, but we've seen them. Blake and Murphy were all throughout the summer. Vaudevillains were all throughout the fall. So I feel like this feud's going to carry on unless they might. I heard someone, I don't even know, it's some guy I follow on Twitter, but he was talking about a possible Bobby Roode, Austin Aries tag team, maybe the face American Alpha. That could happen. By the way, that's another big story breaking out of tonight. Bobby Roode showed up to to NXT.
Yeah,
and
they put the camera on him and everything.
Yeah, he was spotted at a WWE or at the WWE hotel in Dallas today, and I mean, it looks like he's heading over. I mean, that's what it looks like. I don't know.
There's a really funny tweet of that, and then Dixie Carter's like crying in the tweet next.
Oh my god,
Picture,
dude, poor Dixie, man, poor TNA. But they dug themselves their own grave, you know.
Trouble.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for that guy, Ethan Carter III. I mean, yeah, that guy's so good, and
Derek Bateman.
They're just gonna go. But yeah, no. But good match to open up the show.
And next up, we had the Baron Corbin match, right? I mean, the match was fine and everything. I mean, it's probably the worst match of the night, right? Even it's not a bad match, but compared to all the other matches, it was probably like.
I really enjoyed the match. I didn't agree with the ending. I know a lot. I mean, I'm happy Aries won. Don't get me wrong, but I just feel like it would have been so good for Corbin, to win. Against a name like Austin Aries, against a name of like Austin Aries, who came from pretty much the independent scene. Also spent time in TNA, a lot of time in TNA. But Baron Corbin's whole gimmick being, hey, I'm gonna kill indie guys. I think this would have been a huge, a huge build-up for him. Plus, he's been winning he's been dominant for the last few months on NXT TV.
Yeah, the match
just brought him down a peg.
Didn't Austin Aries get a roll-up?
I believe
something
so.
like that. Yeah.
It
was a good match, but Austin Aries is what?
Okay, guys. I just was thinking. So last year, how on the predictions podcast we talked about possibly being there being a tournament at WrestleMania Access to be in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania,
which Hideo Itami won last year.
Which he won last year. Yeah, Hideo Itami won last year. What if? And just bear with me for a second. What if they do that tournament again? Which they can. They could do it tomorrow. They could do it on Saturday. There's no reason why they couldn't. And they could just do like a battle royal in NXT. I think that's what they did last year. Was it a tournament or was it a battle royal? I think I don't know. But they could do like a battle royal at Access tomorrow. You could have either Samoa Joe, because he just lost to Finn Balor. Spoiler alert. No, I'm just kidding. But he lost to Finn Balor. Or you can have Baron Corbin win that. And, I mean, that's if they debut and win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, I mean, that's a pretty good thing. I think Bayley's going to be the surprise debut on Monday. So if you're going to debut Samoa Joe and you want him to come off as supremely dominant, you show video packages of him bleeding in that match. And
that's going to get the black and white treatment.
Well, whatever, yeah, you're right. It probably will. But dude, okay, we can't. We're going to talk about. We'll talk about the main event in a minute.
Aries beat Baron Corbin.
Yeah, and a pretty good match. It was a good match. Just I didn't agree with the ending. That was one of two predictions we got wrong, but we got the rest of the card right. Besides the Balor match and the Corbin match, we got
Austin Aries theme music is awesome.
Oh yeah, it is. Oh yeah. Well, not as awesome as the theme music in our next match, which we've already talked about a little bit.
Another debut, Shinsuke Nakamura versus Sami Zayn. His entrance gave me seizures.
But I had chills. I legit chills. Like I said in the beginning of this podcast, I hope Vince was watching that, because Shinsuke Nakamura has what it takes to get over on the main roster. He just exudes charisma, and that match was super compelling. Like we were talking about, I have nothing else to say about. I can't say anything. Words can't do that match justice for me. That was
kind of like the Blake and Murphy seizure entrance with all the lights, but yeah,
good.
Really,
good.
He got a huge pop.
It was pretty cool.
Huge pop.
Oh my God, the crowd was livid during that match, and this just leads me. I was going to ask you. So where do you see Nakamura go next? Do you see him jump straight into the NXT title picture? Is he the one who beats Finn Balor?
Possibly. I guess we just gotta wait and see. Because would they really have him go after the title right away?
Oh hell yeah! He's their most over guy now, even more so than Finn. Yeah. Here's the thing: there's not a lot of people you can do that with. Okay, you couldn't do that with El Generico, now Sami Zayn, when he first came in. You couldn't do that with Finn Balor right away, even though he was, he made an awesome entrance. But Nakamura literally was the face of another major promotion on the other side of the world. NXT, the people who watch NXT, even if they don't watch New Japan Pro Wrestling, like you don't watch New Japan Pro Wrestling. I watch it sparingly, not
Yeah, I've seen
I
one
don't
match
follow
for
it
Shinsuke. It was
religiously.
versus Goto.
But we know who he was, and we knew that he was a superstar. You know what I mean? And he does. He's a superstar. So I can see him on. I can see him in the title picture, even if you, even if that's like a triple threat thing. You know what I mean? Like him, Balor, and Joe, or him, Balor, Corbin. You'd have to put a heel in there. But once again, Corbin got knocked down a few pigs by losing tonight. I don't know if he'll be in the title picture right away.
Samoa Joe, I don't know if he will be either.
No, well, Samoa Joe's gonna. I don't even think he's gonna be on NXT anymore. I think what we said in the predictions podcast, whoever lost that match was moving up to the main roster right away. And it's still possible that Finn moves up right away too. It's still possible because I mean, all reports are saying that you have the two members, Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows, the two people who are supposed to debut with Finn in the Balor Club / Bulletproof. They're going to be backstage at Raw on Monday. I think they're in WrestleMania.
Because
they're in Dallas this weekend.
Up to the main roster, he was NXT champion. When Sasha Banks came up to the main roster, she was the NXT Women's Champion. Yeah,
yes, Sasha Banks and also Paige. And what they did with Paige was they just made Paige vacate the title, and they had a tournament for the title.
That's what I was about to say. I think they might make Finn vacate it because he's not going to go to another takeover.
And another person who debuted with the title. Did you say Kevin Owens?
No, Finn.
Kevin Owens debuted with the NXT title. He came out on Raw.
Oh, yeah, I said that. Yeah.
Did you? Okay. I thought you might have said Rollins. Was Rollins champion when he moved up?
No.
NXT wasn't that popular back then. Like that was when it was first in its beginning stages. So that's kind of like I started watching
Alice or something.
Yeah, I started watching probably December of last year, not like 2015, 2014. I started watching NXT, so that was a little bit after, way after Seth Rollins debuted, because Seth Rollins debuted with the Shield in 2013.
So I started watching around a year ago.
Yeah. So I mean, God, NXT.
We went to the NXT San Jose live event.
I'm so surprised. Maybe it just wasn't available. Maybe it just wasn't available because there might have been like a concert there or something tonight. But I was surprised that NXT TakeOver Dallas, they had it in the arena that they had it. K Hutchinson Center, right? That's what it was called. It's like a 5,000 seat venue where they I'm telling you right now,
they could have sold out.
They could have sold out. Yeah, they could have sold out AT&T, or not AT&T, but is it all? No, that's Chicago. Whatever the
Mavericks
arena is that they're having Monday Night Raw on Monday, they could have sold that out. That's a 14,000 seat venue. They could have sold that out easily. Tickets for the show were going upwards of like $1,000 for not even like the best seats. Last time I checked, because it was such in demand. You know what I mean? You have so many people there for WrestleMania. You're going to fill the stadium up with like 100,000 wrestling fans. I'm telling you right now.
We really got to see if WrestleMania is going to top this.
Yeah. Oh God, I know. I mean, I'm sure.
I don't know if a match will be better than the Shinsuke Sami Zayn match.
Oh no, no. I mean, maybe story wise. Okay, you know how, like, for example, we really enjoyed Sasha Banks versus Bayley. That was my match of the year last year. Sasha Banks versus Bayley at TakeOver Brooklyn. We enjoyed that. Awesome match. But then you had what was it? Brock Lesnar versus Undertaker in the Hell in a Cell, and that was like a really good story, right? Like that was a really good story match. So I could see like the Shane McMahon. Dude, they're doing 2 Hell in a Cell matches with Undertaker in the same calendar year. Has anyone mentioned that? I think I mentioned that on the last podcast, but has anyone mentioned it? I don't know. But yeah, no, I think they could, that Hell in a Cell match with Shane could definitely, tell a really good story. Now, in ring work wise, Undertaker's, too old. He's not in his prime anymore. And Shane, he's not really a wrestler. He's a stuntman. He does crazy, wacky stuff. So it's not going to be as compelling of a wrestling match, compelling as of a fight, but it will be a compelling, story, I think.
Yeah. So what match do we have next?
I'm trying to think. Did we cover all bases with that? What's not?
Yeah, Shinsuke got the win.
Yeah, Shinsuke not got the win. We think he might move on. I think he's going to move on into the title picture. If not, maybe a high-profile feud with maybe Hideo Itami if he comes back. I'm not just saying that because they're both Japanese, but
maybe he'll have a feud before he goes for a title.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn, thank you, Sami Zayn chance. Sami
Thank
Zayn,
you. Oh yeah, before
farewell.
we move on, just got to say, Sami Zayn did excellent. He
A
wasn't a
lot of
heel in
stiff
this.
shots in this match.
Yeah, what'd you say?
A lot of stiff shots from back to back.
Very stiff match. That's what the King of Strong Style is all about. Sami Zayn, just try not to come off as too much of a mark here, but just thank you so much for what you've done for NXT, because I mean, that brand, you took it. I mean, it was getting hot. Don't get me wrong. Before he got pushed into the title scene, but he took it from hot to boiling to volcanic eruption. Like he's a special guy, and I just really hope that right now it's looking that the verdict's still out on him, but I'm really hoping that Vince does him right on the main roster, or at least Triple H has his back, because he could be like a Daniel Bryan. He really can. He's such just a likable guy, and just thank you, Sami Zayn, for everything you've done, and wish you best on the main roster. Really
He has
do.
a match in 2 days.
He does, which I hope he loses, unfortunately. I don't think the build for this match has been good enough for him to win yet. I think he should, win later after like a really good singles feud with Kevin Owens. But yeah, all right, let's move on. We got our co-main event of the evening, even though, honestly, if you're to look at, what was the real main event, it was the last match. Let's be real.
Yeah.
I mean, all these matches deserved, to be the main event. But I've still got the feels from that Nakamura match.
Match of the night.
Match of the night for me. Next match followed it up perfectly, though. I mean, if anyone can follow Nakamura, Sami Zayn, it would be Bayley and Asuka. Asuka looked excellent. She took it to a different level in this match. Bayley too. Bayley was they both sold really well. Bayley was attacking the legs of Asuka throughout the match.
She got the guillotine.
She got
that she took away.
Yeah.
Put away Nia Jax with.
Yeah. So I mean, it was really good match. Ended with Bayley passing out to the Asuka lock, and that's what we were talking about earlier. What some people were upset about was the fact that she, well, for one, lost, and for two, lost in that fashion. Well, go ahead and tell me what you think, Steve.
I mean, I was a little upset at first that Bayley didn't hit like a finisher. I mean, but I guess that makes it so, like, it makes her move look strong still. I mean, but that could have made Asuka look strong. She could have kicked out of the Bayley to belly, but what do you think?
Well, I think, honestly, basically, it accomplished three things, and you mentioned a few of them. It accomplished, Bayley didn't tap out, and that's like kind of a John Cena-esque thing. She didn't tap out, but that's good. If you tap out, you kind of look weaker than if you pass out. If you pass out, it looks like you fought to your last breath, that you have heart. And what's Bayley's entire gimmick, honestly, that she has a ton of heart. It accomplished that. The Bayley the belly was protected in this match. She didn't hit it, and Asuka didn't kick out of it. And then the Asuka lock looked completely 100% devastating. Just I no words to describe it. I mean, that Asuka lock looked like it could, put a 300-pound man out. You know what I mean? Like, could put Kevin Owens out, could put Samoa Joe out. So I think it accomplished three things. It accomplished those three things really, really well. And yeah, I mean, I have no complaints about it. I mean, and plus, silver lining, we get Bayley on Raw. I mean, about damn time.
She's coming out during the new title thing.
Yeah. Before we move on from this match, I wanted to ask you. So two things. One, Bayley moving to Raw. Who do you see her going into a feud with first?
I don't think you can do the Sasha Banks thing right away. That's the thing.
I think I don't either. I think they're going to build Bayley up. I think they're going to probably have her face Emma first, because they just debuted Emma on the main roster. I think that would be a really, really smart plan. Have her enter a singles feud of Emma and, get over that way. Get the WWE Universe to get to know her a little bit. Sports Center. No, but I think that would be a good way to, get her over. Sasha Banks is probably going to enter a feud with Charlotte, I think. Well, she's already kind of in a feud with Charlotte, but I think that's going to continue until...
She'll maybe do like a side thing, but...
Yeah. Maybe possibly Bayley, Becky Lynch. They can turn Becky heel. Why not? You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
but that's not gonna be like a legit match on the next pay-per-view, will it?
No, but it's a way
Oh
because
my gosh.
you have to keep Bayley busy, and I think having her put on 4-star matches with Emma and possibly
Oh
5-star
yeah,
matches.
Emma,
Emma's
Bailey
great.
Emma could be a thing.
That's what I said. Yeah, that's the first thing I think she's going to do is enter a feud with Emma right
Hey,
away.
Emma.
Yeah. Possibly even Carmella, because Carmella's, I think Enzo and Cass are moving up to the main roster for sure too. I mean,
Yeah, but she's not. She's just going to be there with Enzo and Cass.
Yeah, but she wrestles. So I mean, on NXT she was with Enzo and Cass, but then on the side she wrestled. Yeah, I think so. Her match with Bayley was great.
All right.
I thought,
yeah, with
there wasn't
Bayley.
any botches or anything.
Yeah, with Bayley.
Yeah. And that's what I just said. If she feuds with Bayley, it's fine. And not necessarily a feud, but just like match. You know what I mean? So, anyways, getting sidetracked here. Second question I asked on the predictions podcast: who do you see taking the place of Bayley at the top of the card?
Current Divas or NXT Women's Championship, Asuka.
Granted. Definitely. Asuka looks like she's probably going to stay face because I think if you wanted to turn her heel, you would have had her beat the crap out of Bayley tonight.
Yeah, which it looked like that might have happened. She didn't even shake her head. She just kind of stood there and then.
Asuka's really over. Like she gets babyface reactions, but her character's a tweener. You know what I mean? The way she acts, like she isn't straight babyface. You know what I mean?
She's also wearing like a G-string.
Psychotic. Yeah, that was kind of weird, huh? Sami Zayn still has the butthole on his trunks. I don't get that. I once again, for people who haven't seen our previous podcast, I understand it is the symbol for the Montreal. It's placed right on his butt. He needs to at least move it to the front of his trunks. That's not okay. No, but I think but on the other side, so if you have Asuka maybe carrying a babyface mantle, I could see Alexa Bliss because she's been really good. I'm cutting really good promos. I think she's improved drastically in the ring. You can also have who's the other one? Dana Brooke when she comes back. Dana Brooke seemed primed.
She's been out for a while.
She's been out, but when she comes back, she seemed primed for a match, like a big match with even like.
And you got the new up and coming one.
Yeah,
what's that girl? Maybe
I like
Manny.
Aaliyah. I like Aaliyah.
Who's that one girl?
I think Liv Morgan. I think Liv Morgan has a chance of getting over big because she's just so like you made fun of me, but she's spunky and she has a lot of charisma.
Deanna Purrazzo.
She's like kind of like the Shane O'Mac of NXT, the female Shane O'Mac, without the rich billionaire father who owns the company. But I think she'd be really good. You also have people like Deanna Purrazzo and Athena who haven't really made their real debuts yet. Actually, Liv Morgan and Aaliyah, for that matter, haven't either. I think they're going to start getting, beating jobbers and stuff.
Haven't they been on live events? I know Aaliyah has.
Oh, they all have. Yeah, there's a ton of people. If you go on Wikipedia, look at list of WWE personnel, and then look at the house show roster for NXT. Ton of names that you haven't seen on TV. Ton of names. Or that you've seen on TV, but they haven't even really announced their real name, or they've just been put in the jobber role so you don't notice them. But I thought that was I think those are kind of some names you should look out for. Definitely Liv Morgan. I think she's going to be a big baby face once she starts getting her push. I think we covered all bases now with that. So we're going to move on to the main event. Pretty brutal, and I don't mean brutal in a bad sense. I mean a pretty physical main event we have with Finn Balor and Samoa Joe.
Finn Balor was the demon. He came out and
I'm digging the blue.
Dean Ambrose chainsaw.
He's been watching the podcast. He had those casual smarts colors, bro.
Dean Ambrose is chainsaw, basically. He just came out and did the zoom.
Yeah, I wonder
for whatever reason.
I wonder if Finn before the show is like, "Hey Dean, can I borrow that chainsaw?" I didn't really get the chainsaw. I liked it though. I liked it. A lot of people
he had a little bit of blue in his demon thing, and that's what I said in the podcast. I was like, if he's the demon, he's not losing.
Yeah, they couldn't have him lose. I mean, you can't have him lose like that. I feel like they're either just going to vacate it from him or he's going to lose it in a triple threat. I can really see that happening, losing in a triple threat.
So Finn Balor won the match, which we'll talk about the match, but Samoa Joe, I don't know if I agree with him losing cleanly twice on 2 takeovers in a row in the main event, but
okay, so it was a clean pin, but I mean, I will say it wasn't like Samoa Joe got knocked out and pinned
it was
1,
like
2, 3. It was kind of a roll up, and he got right back up. And the look on his face when he realized he lost,
He should have beat his ass.
he looked like he was about to literally rip out Finn Balor's throat, about to rip those teeth off his neck, his demon paint, and shove him up his ass. That's what it looked like. Samoa Joe
should have happened.
looked pissed. And I'm surprised he didn't, beat the hell out of Balor after the match. I thought that was what was going to happen, but kind of disappointed that didn't happen.
Yeah, so in the first 2 minutes of the match, I think Finn Balor punches him hard or something, and Samoa Joe's
busted open his eye, yeah,
open, his whole left side of his face is just covered in blood, and the crowd is booing because the officials and all that and all the doctors are wiping off the blood, and we got some FPG chants, let Joe bleed.
Let Joe bleed, FPG, and PG sucks. Hey, Vince, open your eye. No, I'm kidding. Honestly, I think I love the chants, by the way. I think it more had to do with his safety. But the thing is, people got busted up like that all the time, in the past. And
it makes it seem like more of a realistic fight too. So
yeah, and Joe seemed fine with it. I think it was great at the beginning of the match. He shoved the doctor away.
And when they were chanting "Let Joe bleed," he kind of looked like he nodded his head.
Oh, when they were "Let Joe bleed," he was shaking his head up and down, yes. But dude, the blood added another dimension to this match, did it not?
Definitely did.
It definitely did. I mean, Joe looked like a monster. I'm telling you right now, you play that. Okay, actually, that would be us expecting the WWE to play NXT footage on the main roster show. But I was going to say if they showed
get in the black and white treatment. I'm telling you.
Yeah, well, I doubt they will. They didn't do it with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Hopefully they do. I guess the verdict's still out on that. I guess they could do it, but
when they show shots of him bleeding, I'm telling you, man, he's black and white.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, they always do that. On Raw, I think they showed pictures of Roman Reigns bleeding in full color, but usually on SmackDown and the other shows, they try to keep it more family friendly. Blood's not really a good thing for them. But
and I bet Izzy was just bawling her eyes out after Bayley lost.
Yeah, we forgot about that. Whatever. She should. I mean, eventually you got to learn that wrestling's a work.
Yeah,
and she'll be happy when Bayley debuts on NXT or on WWE TV. So
yeah, Finn Balor kicked out of a muscle buster in this match.
He did. Which you can have. Yeah. Finn Balor's the top wrestler in the entire promotion. You can have him kick out of finishers. Did Samoa Joe? Oh wait, no, I remember what happened.
And then,
Finn Balor hit a coup de grace.
Countered
Samoa Joe countered the Bloody Sunday, and but what's funny is that the coup de grace was putting people down, a couple months ago, and now and I'm happy with it because I thought it was kind of a lame finisher, but now it's a setup move. He just hits it and the guy gets right up.
Yeah, so Samoa
Joe
somehow got a Kakita or clutch in, and then Finn Balor rolled him up for the 1, 2, 3, and that was the end of TakeOver.
Great show.
No Balor Club. Will the Balor Club debut on Monday, Matt?
That. God, I want to say yes.
I know, man. You're asking me these questions, and that's why I have such short
answers. No, you're good. I want to say yes because, Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows are going to be there. But, you had Balor just win. He's advertised to wrestle over in London the next month. I think he's going to stay with NXT for a while. Not a while. I think he'll be back. I think Balor Club debuts in the summer. That's my real answer. I think Bayley debuts on Monday. Joe might debut in the Battle Royal or on Raw on Monday. And I think you have Balor hold off until the summertime until they have probably Nakamura take it from him.
They need Joe to come up and just be a monster, right out of the gate. Like a monster.
I agree.
Picture. Title picture. Just go against Reigns.
What's working in his favor, I will say what's working in his favor in terms of that is that he's not only been a favorite, he's not only like a Triple H guy because he's in NXT. Triple H talked about Samoa Joe as being one of the wrestlers he's never when Joe was in TNA, Triple H got interviewed and was like, "Hey, who do you want to wrestle who's outside the WWE?" And Triple H, said Samoa Joe, and Samoa Joe is one of the wrestlers he most respects. Samoa Joe is a top performer in any company that he's in. He has the look. I mean, I don't even say he's fat because he's Samoan. That he has the look. He looks like he can kick your ass. he's ferocious. He's a great technical wrestler. He has a huge all the holds and moves that he knows how to perform. Would blow your mind. The guy's great. Yeah, so that's working in his favor. Triple H likes him a lot, so he might get pushed to the top. However, you look at what they did with Kevin Owens when Kevin Owens got called up. He started off really hot, beat John Cena first match, and then it was.
Yeah, they can't be doing that again. Maybe he goes into a feud with some Kevin Owens for the IC title right away, but I don't want him to be.
I don't think he would do that. He might
at the top.
Maybe
Just
Ryback.
Like Kevin Owens to be at the top.
I don't think he'd be against Kevin Owens because they're both heels. Because Samoa Joe is so much better as a heel. Then again, I could see him being a face against Ryback, or I could just see them turning Ryback again because why not?
Turning face or something, but
because I think he would add a lot of. I think Samoa Joe could bring back the open challenge. Do a Samoa Joe open challenge.
Him and KO just need to be at the top with the top guys. I don't know mid card.
Dude, KO could pull off the. We've seen shades of it the last couple of weeks. KO can pull off the babyface role if he wanted to, too.
KO sells merch.
God, I love Owens. I love Steen.
That is your logo.
This is an NXT podcast, though. He's not an NXT performer anymore, so I know he is my logo right now. It was the only thing I got. I don't have a lot of pictures on this computer, so but that was NXT TakeOver, guys.
What is your rating out of 10?
I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10, agreed.
Yeah, I think it would have been better if and let me explain that, because 10 out of 10 has to be absolutely breathtaking. Like, okay, this was actually I even describe this pay-per-view as breathtaking. The Nakamura debut was breathtaking, but I think the entire card from start to finish has to be absolutely mind-boggling. And I don't even remember the last time I thought a pay-per-view was a 10 out of 10. I went to WrestleMania last year, which was a great WrestleMania, and I didn't even think that was a 10 out of 10. So, that's how hard it is for me to give a 10 out of 10. This is a solid 9 out of 10 for me. I liked the outcome of all the matches, except for the Baron Corbin match. It's just a very entertaining show. I would rewatch the show. On a rewatchability scale, I give
definitely rewatch the Shinsuke Sami Zayn match.
Oh, I'm going to get off work tomorrow. I'm going to watch that right away. I got to watch that again. It's going to be great.
We got the Hall of Fame tomorrow.
We got the Hall of Fame tomorrow. There's going to be no post Hall of Fame podcast, unfortunately, guys. I don't even know if I'll watch it. Right, I probably just watch the hour long on the.
I might. I don't know.
I think I have a date tomorrow, so I can't. This is the one day out of the weekend I can take some time off, because Sunday is going to be. We have 7 hours.
7 hours, man. We got a pre-show on ESPN, and what's the other one?
Well, ESPN's covering the event all day, and then we have a pre-show on
USA. On USA is what I meant.
Starts on the WWE Network, then it moves to the USA Network, and then you have 4 hours of WrestleMania. So,
which you can get for free
on the WWE Network, which we're not sponsored by. We should be, though. All right, guys, I gotta go check on a dog. I'm house sitting for someone, so we're gonna sign off. Any more thoughts, Steve? Or you
they gotta follow the Twitters at Casual Smarks. You also gotta subscribe to the YouTube channel at Casual Smarks.
And every single video we have. I'm telling you right now. Do it, or else Samoa Joe's gonna put you in a Koji clutch.
Yes.
I'm just kidding. Yes. Yeah. No, we're not doing that. We're the Casual Smarks, not the Casual Marks.
Yeah, Cesaro's gonna hit you with a neutralizer if you don't do it. So,
that should be enough motivation right there. All right, guys, thank you for listening. Go ahead and drop a like, subscribe, follow us on Twitter, and we will see you guys on Sunday.
Peace.